Hello, kiddos. Welcome back to Kira's Bedtime Stories. Today I'm going to be reading The Moon Cheese, a tale from Mexico, retold by Jan M. Mike and illustrated by Dominic Catalano. Lizard is a smart fellow, but Fox is even smarter. Oh, so you don't believe this is true? Lizard did not believe it either, but now he knows. Let me tell you the tale of the moon cheese, then you will believe me. One morning, long ago, the animals decided to have a party. They would dance to a big band with all kinds of instruments. The horns would blare, the triangle would ring. They would have a big feast too. Each animal agreed to bring food for a big dinner. I will bring the most food to the feast, Lizard boasted. I will bring even more, Fox answered. Fox ran off to buy food. She had very little money to spend. She could only afford 2 eggs and one small chili pepper. Lizard will bring more food than this, she moaned. When evening came, she went out to the plaza. She tucked her food under a bush. Then she walked over the hill. She sat by the pond, watching the moon rise. Fox knew that sooner or later she would see Lizard. He would brag about all the food he had found. As Fox sat, a plan formed in her mind. Lizard had gone home to bed. He slept until late in the day. When he woke up, he looked for food. All he had in the house was a tiny bit of dry garlic. He stuck it in a bag. As he walked to the plaza, he saw Fox sitting at the pond. Lizard filled his bag with small rocks. Swinging it over his shoulder, he walked down to the pond. Hello, Fox, he said. He dropped the bag with a thump. My food bag is so heavy. I need to rest. May I join you? Sit and rest, Lizard. I'm waiting for my food to arrive, she said. Lizard looked around. There was no food in sight. Where is your food? He asked. It is floating on the pond, Fox said. Do you see that big wheel of moon cheese? Lizard looked across the pond. The round moon was reflected in the water. It looked like a giant wheel of cheese. When the cheese floats to the shore, I will roll it to the feast. There will be moon cheese for everyone, Fox said. Lizard's mouth began to water. That looks like a big job, he said. Would you like to help me? To help you? Fox could hear the band. The first instrument was tuning up for the dance. Perhaps you can help me, she said. Will you watch the cheese while I take my other food to the feast? Leave the cheese with me, said Lizard. He licked his lips. I will watch it, just as a hen watches her chicks. Call me when the cheese touches the shore. If you don't pick it up just right, it will sink to the bottom of the pond, Fox said. You can trust me, said Lizard. Of course, he was already planning to take the moon cheese. Fox got her food, then she ran off to the feast just over the hill. Lizard watched her leave. He smiled. Soon that big wheel of cheese would be all his. The party was beginning. Oh, what a sight it was! Jaguars, coyotes, snakes, and bears. All of the animals were dressed in their party best. The orchestra turned their instruments, the cello gave a deep moan, the horns blared, the triangle sounded a high ting ting. But Lizard heard none of it. The moon cheese floated closer to the shore. He watched it eagerly. He knew what he would do. Of course, he would not call Fox. He would push the moon cheese on the shore. Then he would roll it to the feast all by himself. All the animals would shout with glee. Lizard would be the hero. The moon cheese touched the shore. Lizard dived into the dark, cold water. He swam to the surface and looked around. Where was the cheese? It must have sunk beneath the water. Lizard dived to the bottom of the pond looking for the moon cheese. He dived and looked all night long. Lizard never found that wheel of moon cheese, and Fox, she danced, sang, and ate all night long at the feast. And I think she smiled a few times when she heard splashing from the pond. Yes, Lizard is a very sly fellow, but Fox is even smarter. Of course, you know that now, don't you? Night, night. Speak to you soon. Bye.